Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome to Freebeat, where I post new music-related content every single day, so if that sounds good to you, go ahead and click that subscribe button, ring that notification bell, let's get started. So today we've got the Teenage Engineering PO-20 Arcade and the PO-35 Speak. Now we just recently used the Speak on its own in combination with the Chord NTS1, where I sampled my voice into it like you're supposed to, and then it, synthesizes it and everything. But one thing I haven't done yet is sampled a instrument into the Speak to see how it processes it. Because the PO-35 Speak is a speech synthesizer, I have no idea how it's really going to handle, recording something that's already melodic. Like one of the sounds here on the PO-20. So let's just record like that. Let's get right into it. So let's hold record and 1. So there is a bit of delay, so we're going to try that again, just do it a little faster. There we go. So, interesting. You can definitely see it synthesized it a little more. I mean, it already was a synth, but let's go ahead and play with some of these parameters. So we're going to hold effects, record, press 6. Now we can adjust the noise. And then this lets us control the volume. Sounds good right there. So now we'll hit effects and we'll switch to tone. This allows us to control the pitch, but also the form. Interesting. Now we can mess with the speed and the playback. So we'll slow it way down. Let's move the start point a little more forward. We can see it has that kind of that portamento slide into the note that we can't really hear that when we just play it right there. So that's how in-depth the Speak can get. So the interesting thing here is we are actually on playback type number 1, which is just natural. So if we move to 2, that's auto-tune. Can see it added some of that noise back in there. Let's see what happens if we go back to the noise section and turn it off. Nothing. So that number 2, auto-tune, has some natural noise. Let's go to number 3, which is retro. Sorry, I cannot stand being in a major scale, so let's switch it to minor. There we go. So that's kind of fun. This is noise. I've never really found a use for the noise playback style. Number 5 is robot, which is a pretty cool sounding lead. 6 is going to be 5th, which just is just a really nice heavy power chord. This is going to be vocoder. Drop that pitch way down. There we go. And last but not least is the synth playback style. Again, you can get some real nice bass and some really nice leads out of this thing. That has some interesting characteristics up in the higher register there. I really wish that the Speak had polyphony. That would be just amazing. So let's drop that pitch back down. Now let's play with the form. Very cool. I'm going to switch playback style back to robot. So very interesting. You can get quite a bit of sounds out of this little guy. Okay, so now that we've got a tone that we like, let's go ahead and make a pattern and see if we can kind of chain these two into something fun, you know, using the chords on the arcade. So first of all, let's get ourselves a metronome. So let's go to slot number 16, which is the drum track. That's a pretty good metronome sound right there. So we'll just go 1, 2, 3, 4. Our pattern will be 2 patterns long, so we'll go to pattern 2. Whoop. There it is. And 1, 2, 3, 4. So now, let's adjust the tempo down a bit. So now we'll go back to our sound, which is sound 1. And we're going to hold pattern, and then press 1, and then 2 to chain those. Then we're going to press play. We'll let them play through once. The second time through, we're going to hold right and play a pattern. I'm going to do something like that. I don't know. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Here we go. Let's bring up the BPM. Now let's get our metronome out of there. And let's actually get a kick. Hear my cat meowing? That's pretty good. All right, let's chain one into let's chain 1 into 2. Let's listen. Now sound 1 does seem a bit loud, so let's fix that. So we're going to go Effects, Record, and number 6, and mess with this. The knob B is the volume here. So now let's record some parameter locks over that sound, over sound 1. So we'll go to the tone section. So I held right and used knob B to record the changes. So we are in C minor right now on the PO-35. We need to change that because there's no C minor chord on the PO-20. So we're actually going to change this. Let's go to, how about E minor? There we go. Okay, so now we want an E minor chord. So that's chord number 2 here on the PO-20. So we're going to go chord and then 2. And so now let's sync these up so they play together. So we're going to hit the chord button and BPM. This needs to be in sync mode 1. This needs to be in sync mode 4. So now let's go. Let's bring that BPM down. Now we'll hold chord and use knob A to bring it in. Oh yeah. All right, so now, what if we want to do the same thing, but in a different scale? So we can copy pattern 1 into slot 3 and pattern 2 into slot 4. And the cool thing about the Speak is each pattern has its own key and scale settings. So we can go to pattern 3. What if we want to drop this down to, let's say, D major? So pattern 3, we'll go pattern, and then we'll change with knob A to D, and then we'll use knob B to switch it to major. And then we're going to do the exact same thing for pattern 4. So now we'll do 4 times through the first 2, 4 times through the second 2. So now we need to program the chords on the PO-20. So we're going to hold chord 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times on the E minor. The D major is the last one, number 16. So we'll hit 4 times on that. So now let's arm the PO-35 for playback and hit play. Let's just play it through once without chords. Now it's going to switch it up. Here we go. Down to D. You can hear it automatically switches the notes depending on what key we want to be in. All right, here we go. So let's take it one step further. Let's do another copy of these two patterns, and let's take it down. So we just went E minor, then D major. What if we go down all the way to A minor? So now these next two need to be set to A minor again. So pattern 5, use this knob, A, and minor, and then select pattern 6, do the same exact thing, A, and minor. Okay, so now I think we should let's do 2 times through on E minor, 2 times through on A minor, 2 times through on E minor, 2 times through on D major. And so for that, we'll do the first pair of patterns twice, then the third pair of patterns twice, first pair of patterns twice again, second pair of patterns. And let's go ahead and add in some other stuff while we're playing the pattern. So I'll bring the chords in on the second time through, and then we'll add some percussion on the PO-20 by holding right and just playing in live. So arm it for playback. Since this is the master, let's press play and go for it. So there we go, just some of the cool things you can do with the PO-35 Speak. It is definitely not just limited to vocal synthesis, so if you're having a hard time getting your voice on there or sampling, you can sample using the input, and you can, you know, make a screaming lead or, you know, a cool bass just out of anything. So just an incredibly versatile instrument. Of course, the PO-20 Arcade with its chord feature is just amazing. Probably my, well, I don't want to say my second favorite pocket operator because I love them all, and the Office is my favorite, but it's definitely up there. Anyway, guys, if you enjoyed this little jam, be sure to leave a like on the video. If not, you can dislike it. That's okay too. Doesn't hurt my feelings. Just makes me try that much harder next time. Either way, be sure to click that subscribe button. Ring that notification bell. We're on our way to 1,000 subscribers. We're almost halfway there, guys. Thank you so much. And of course, thanks are also in order to you for watching this video. We'll see you next time. Bye.